I am on East 7 Mile, right at Goddard. You ever notice the bookstore here? Hood Book Headquarters. Let's go inside because you cannot judge a book by its cover. Inside a bookstore on Detroit's East Side, author Michelle Moore, Ms. Michelle Moore, Ms. Michelle Moore, on and on and on. This is Ms. Michelle Moore. How many books have you written?
Countless, maybe about 45, and I ghostwrite as well. My daughter writes, that's one of her books, T.C. Littles. She writes, my husband writes as well, P.S. White, and it's kind of like a family thing, so we write.
So when do you have time to write all these books? Where do the stories come from? And you have fans. You have an audience that you are writing to, right?
Well, yeah, definitely. The stories come from where I live at, where I've grown up at, the neighborhood just in general. Like a lot of people read my books and they would say, hey, this couldn't happen. That doesn't sound real. And I'm like, yeah, it happens. It happened last night. Detroit 48238. It happened. It happened earlier. It happened this morning. So people don't understand, like, if you're not from Detroit or an urban area, then you don't understand that the craziest things do happen every day. And that's what I draw from. That's what I get, you know, my stories from. Because if you have, like, I Can Touch the Bottom and Young and Hungry, those are stories that my husband and myself both wrote. Homeless. And if you look at Homeless, you can see the backdrop of the Renaissance right in there. So, you know, a lot of my books are just based on, you know, what every book I write starts in Detroit. They may travel all over the world, but they're going to wake up in Detroit, and by the end of the story, they're going to go to sleep in Detroit, if they make it, because no one makes it all the time. It's never a happy ending all the time.
So we are at your bookstore. What do you call your genre of writing and stories?
It's urban fiction.
It's
urban fiction.
And there is a big market for urban fiction.
It's huge. Actually, it's an author named Terry Woods, and she just turned in one of her books, True to the Game, to a movie, and it's been in theaters all week long.
That's her, but you've had success as well about bestseller lists?
Well, I've been on the Essence Magazine bestseller list 7 or 8 times. My daughter, T.C. Littles, has been on there once. I don't know. I mean, I'm signed to Urban Books and Penguin and whatnot, Random House. So.
But also, I saw you on Amazon.
Well, the books are on sale at Target, at Walmart, at Myers. You can actually, you know, you don't have to go and order them online. You can walk in the store and you can find Homeless on the shelf. You can find Young and Hungry on the shelf. You can find Cold Hearted and Crazy, Ruthless and Rotten, or, you know, No Home Training. You can find those on the shelf. But basically, the whole genre itself and everything with all urban fiction, honestly, it started from Donald Goines. And I'm an avid collector of Donald Goines. And this is my case where I go to different shops, different places and garage sales and estate sales, and I try to collect these because these are the original covers. These are the remakes, but this is, like, honestly the godfather of urban fiction, so I honor him like this and put everything up.
Tell me about what's happening with these people that make the list that come here then. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, we have, like, great, fabulous book signings all the time. We've had New York Times bestselling authors such as Carl Weber, such as Nikki Turner, Ashley and Jaquavis have been here. All of those, Quan has been here.
They come here because of the audience, the fans.
They come here because of the audience, they come here because of the fans, and they come here also because, honestly, throughout the years, I've grown like a personal relationship with all of them because they're like friends, they're colleagues, but they're like friends.
And then they hit the New York Times bestseller list, but they want to come to Detroit's East Side because that's where the fans are.
It's Hood Book. Who doesn't want to come to Hood Book? Like, really, like, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but, you know what I mean? If you come to Detroit and you about books and you don't come to Hood Book, like, really, you missing out. I don't wear this gold book for nothing, okay? Like, really, we like the place to be. Hood Book Headquarters is like a destination spot for urban fiction authors or just authors just in general. I support literacy. just period, no matter what genre. Now my niche is urban fiction, but I don't care if you wrote poetry, I don't care if you wrote conscious books, I don't care if it's Humpty Dumpty or Jack and Jill. You know what I mean? I support everybody. I support books, and I definitely support paperback.